started talking about it again.
Mm-hmm.
And so we started it again, and we were like, oh yeah, it's not as bad as we thought it was, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes
it's just the
I think it helps if you know a character, or you see clips of it or something later on, and you're kind of like, oh yeah, that was a good one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But if you just start it without knowing anything, it's harder to get into it, maybe.
Yeah, and that's how I started with Game of Thrones. I didn't really know anything about it, and I think I had some sort of expectation in my head. And as soon as like the White Walkers, right? That's what they're called. As soon as I saw them and like the creepy little girl in the woods, I thought it was going to be more horror, and I was like, that's not what I thought this was. I don't want this. And so what I originally thought it was going to be, I didn't think it was going to be, and then it turned into something more like that in the end anyways, but it took a couple of tries for me to get there. But it'd be interesting to go back and watch it again, because like I really enjoyed Sons of Anarchy the first time around, and then I went back and I watched a couple episodes a few months ago. I was like, this blows. It was I didn't find it really very good at all, like the second time around.
Really?
It seemed, I don't know, super cheesy. The acting just seemed lame, like, but I loved it the first time around. So I guess maybe it depends on your mind.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one. I don't know if we would watch it or get into it. I've heard people saying that it was really, really good, but there's some shows that people have absolutely loved, and we are just kind of like, don't really like it. Yeah. One show that I think one that I want to watch or try watching is Vikings.
I haven't seen that.
I don't know. Yeah. No, I haven't either. I don't even know where you would watch it, but that's one show that I would kind of like to try watching to see what it's like.
Yeah. That makes me think, when you said I don't know where I would watch it, I thought for a second, what's on Disney Plus that I've seen? I would highly recommend One Strange Rock. I don't know if you've seen it. It's a series about Earth, and it's Will Smith narrates it, and they talk to these 8 different astronauts about like their perspective of Earth, and they talk about all kinds of different things that the Earth does that like you just have no idea, weird little pockets of geology that like just do strange things. Oh no, that's a different series, but it's really cool because it just shows you like how weird this rock is that we live on, and its relation to the sun, and how what the sun really is to us, and how thin our atmosphere really is. It's really, really good. It'd be good for the kids too. Yeah.
Avery would love that. He loves anything like Planet Earth, that series. He absolutely loves it.
Or Blue Planet. Have you seen that one? That's incredible.
I don't think so.
They go to the very depths of the ocean, like where they had never been able to go before. And there are some weird creatures down there, like super weird. If you like that stuff, you would love that. You would love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, for sure. But there's another one actually that he probably would like too. What's it called? I can't even remember the name of the guy, Alex something. But it's on Disney Plus in the National Geographic section, and he's a free solo climber, and he climbed so no ropes, no support of any kind, and he trained for years to climb this one particular rock face that's considered like one of the
I think you were telling me about this.
Yeah, maybe, because I loved it when I watched it, and it's good for anybody really to watch, but I would highly recommend it to probably Avery if he's into like that kind of thing. Because it's just like, I mean, obviously he's kind of an odd dude because he lives to climb, you know, like that is his, you know, he lived out of a van for years and years and years and just climbed every day and trained and everything. And he does make it up this rock face finally, but no, it's quite something, because like the fortitude and the focus and other people probably know this, but I had no idea. When you're climbing, you plan every single step. Like he would know in his head exactly where each finger was going to go on each little tiny ledge where you could barely get like a hold, exactly how his foot was going to be positioned to be able to stand on this little tiny piece of a rock sticking out. Like, yeah, it's really, really pretty intense. It's good.
Yeah. Right on. Yeah, we'll have to check those out. It gives us something to do.
Yeah. Those are really good ones. One Strange Rock And Cosmos apparently came back. I don't know if it was off. I think it's on Netflix. That's a good one too. That's all about like the cosmos, the universe. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Really, really cool.
Right on.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So
do you have any other shows?
No, I had a couple other ones written down, but just because I was trying to think of a couple, but more have come up, like Blue Planet and One Strange Rock. Those are two that I forgot about, but that are like absolutely love. Anything like that. Like, and one time, it was probably well over a year ago, Autumn was just little, and I had Blue Planet on, and I have pictures of her. She's just like standing in the middle of the room in front of the TV, just like has no idea what she's looking at, but can't look away, you know? I mean, little, so it didn't last very long, but it was really like she was just dumbfounded at what she was seeing. It's pretty cool.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, super cute.
I remember when I was, I don't even know how old I was. Under 10. Dad lived in Boston. Mm-hmm. He was taking a course or something down there. And so we went down to visit him, I think for like a week or two in the summer. And he took us to an IMAX, and it was when like IMAX first came out, and it was only like tours of the Antarctic or whatever. But I remember sitting and like the screens all around you.
Yeah.
It's as high as you can look and as far to the right and the left as you can see. And we just took this tour, and I was like dumbfounded.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That was cool.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how Autumn was with that. She was just like struck. And I think it was one of those ones like where they were really deep in the ocean. Oh my gosh, I can't even explain to you how strange these creatures are. Like they're messed up. So, and they're so, they must be aliens. They just have to be. You know what I mean? Like that's what you think when you're looking at them. Like how did these things develop? So strange.
Yeah.
Anyways.
That's cool.
Good talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, so today is Friday, so I'll try and put this up this afternoon. But did you have any other shows you wanted to mention?
Not really. I'm secretly into like true crime.
Secretly?
I guess not secretly, really, but that's my thing is true crime. So Forensic Files is one that I like to watch.
Yeah.
I don't get to watch it too often because Alex doesn't really care for that kind of stuff, and the kids obviously can't watch that stuff.
No.
But we watched the show Don't Fuck with Cats. I don't know if you've seen or heard of that.
I tuned in long enough to know that somebody really fucked with a cat, and I was like, I can't watch it. Same as the Tiger King. Like I can't know what he does. No. Yeah.
Could
you handle it?
Like I have this strange fascination with that kind of stuff. Not that I'm gonna murder anybody or anything like.
That's good to hear.
Not even close to thinking that kind of way,
good.
But I find it. I think it's the psychology behind it that makes me so fascinated.
Yeah.
And just like you were saying, the people's behavior and how they handle situations or how they act or behave or whatever, like the whole psychology behind it. That's what I find fascinating is how someone can get to that point. So we had watched, what was his name? Alex Hernandez, I think, the football player who, he murdered a friend of his. Anyway, so it's on Netflix. It's a series, a short series. I think there's only 3 episodes. So we had watched that, and I thought it was like I was completely in awe during the whole thing. Just like they talk about concussions and the disorders that come from being concussed for so long or so often. And they talk about football players and the injuries that they had sustained and the suicides that are happening because they know that there's something wrong with them and they can't fix it. And they know that something bad's going to happen if they don't end their own life. So this guy, I think Aaron Hernandez. He has, I can't remember what the disorder is, but he had this disorder, and his behavior, like he went from being a hard worker and a loving boyfriend, husband, son, friend, to someone who had no empathy and everything was very spontaneous. Everything that he did was just like that. And it was just, I thought it was incredible. Just not the fact that he did those things, but just the way that it kind of unraveled, and that the disorder made him behave that way, that something like that can cause you to not think the way that you normally would think. And anyway, I was fascinated. And then we watched Don't Fuck with Cats, and people had talked about it, and I heard people saying that it was awful, and I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to watch that. And then we were like, well, let's try it and see what it's about. And we got to the point where the guy was messing with the cats, and I was like, all right, if we start to see something, then we're shutting it off. We're not watching it. That's it. And we just like cringing, having a blanket over our eyes, kind of thing, waiting for something to happen, but they don't show it. And it gets better. Like it gets easier to watch as it goes on because they don't show things. But just the human behavior, I'm just like, it amazes me that somebody can plan everything that much and become so much more than you expect them to be, I guess. I don't know. It's just, I'm fascinated.
Yeah.
And
how do you cross that line from strange things crossing your mind because you're human and your brain is weird, right?
Yeah.
To, like, actually planning something out and then doing it. And what changes after you've done it once? Or does anything change?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, is it just like naturally just going to progress, or does it progress because you've done it once? Or I don't know. Yeah.
And this guy was obsessed with being famous, and he created fake profiles. I think they said at least 50 fake profiles around the internet on multiple different sites to hype him up and make him look like a celebrity. Like he had fake profiles that would gossip about him, saying that he was dating celebrities like Madonna.
So he made up profiles just so that these fake people could talk about him and create buzz about him?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
And he was so good at Photoshop, and he would Photoshop his face in different pictures that he found on the internet of just random people, like not famous people, but like he would Photoshop his head onto a body of a guy who's on a cruise boat or something, or
is this the Aaron Hernandez
just on a beach. This is the Don't Fuck with Cats one.
Oh wow.
It was wild. And I'm just like, it's so hard to imagine that somebody would go through such lengths to kind of build themselves up, but it actually happened. Like,
what
people
did he do for work? How did he make a living?
He was a prostitute.
Oh. So he had a little
or escort.
Right. Wow.
Yeah. And in the end, he blamed one of his Johns, I guess, for forcing him to do these things. And even like to this day, his mother believes that it was one of these people that is making him do these things.
As a mother, you have to do that, I think.
Yeah.
Like you would have to, or else.
And I'm sure there's some issues there.
Yeah, I think that's probably safe to say.
But like, I mean, just watching the interviews with her, you can tell that there's issues.
Yeah.
But oh, I couldn't believe it. Like it's